FNAF was a game about animatronics, and it beat every other game at psychological horror for years. It's insane. Back in the day, people critically acclaimed God of War for the very thing they ended up acclaiming for Kratos years later. When they made the Atari 5200, that was messed up Atari. When they made that damn thing, it was damn awful. Man, it was awful. I hate that thing. The only thing worse was the 7800. But the 2600 was pretty good, aside from porting an 80s game like Pac-Man into late 70s technology, which is what the Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 last generation's versions did. It's fucking ridiculous. I do love Apex, and I love H1Z1. It's my favorite Battle Royale game on PS4. H1Z1 is amazing on PS4. It's so underrated. It's great. I'll go ham on that game. I kill it. It's awesome. I used to just play Pink Floyd and then mop the floor with people in that game H1Z1. H1Z1 is really underrated. So yeah, I got into the Battle Royale craze too. In the old God of Wars, they acclaimed his character, said he was a great character, and acclaimed his story, not just the violence and the rawness of it. When the new ones came out, yes, it did have some great things with this material. However, they claimed this was the beginning of Kratos having depth, and the originals was just some power male fantasy. They are so off on that. People acclaim the original God of War for the exact same reason they acclaim the new one. Its story, presentation, and characterization. Cold War was a good game. I don't know why people hated on it. Cold War was a good game. Great map design as well. It was really good multiplayer-wise. Campaign-wise, BO1 had a good story. It was well written. Black Ops 1 had a great story. It was extremely well written. But Cold War, I'd have to get into the campaign more to gauge it better. I couldn't really get into it, I'm just being real. I do love Apex, and I do love H1Z1. They got on Halo Infinite over microtransactions, not the actual gameplay, which blows my mind. Then they critically praised the new Modern Warfare 2 from Infinity Ward. And when it came out, I was like, meh, this looks like Modern Warfare Remake 1 from Infinity Ward. So I didn't think this game was all that. However, they praised it. Now all of a sudden they're like, ooh, the game sucks. Yeah, people been thought that. People already should have known that game was gonna suck. They were the ones defending it. That blows my mind. The new Call of Duty? So now all of a sudden they came to their senses because it's way hyper-realistic. Not arcadey at all. The map design is good, but the game is super campy. It's ultra-realistic, but honestly Call of Duty is easier and more fun to play, and it fits better as an arcadey shooter. When they transitioned it back to boots on the ground and went against advanced movement, that's when they made it ultra-realistic, like it's Battlefield. I guess they want to experiment. It's clearly working, as they are making money, so I can't knock the hustle. But Call of Duty Black Ops 1, 2, hell, Zombies mode in Black Ops 4 is better than Modern Warfare. And people got on Ghost. I thought that was a good game. I thought that was good. That game was so underrated. Infinite Warfare had great map design, but the game was awful, floaty, and unbalanced. Had a pay-to-win system where it gave you weapon modifications that could topple other players in-game. It was bullshit. Call of Duty's had issues for years. The new ones are nowhere near as good as Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, the original, and COD 4. But some modern ones are good though, like Advanced Warfare and Ghosts. Even though Advanced Warfare has arena-based map design, meaning there is no design philosophy in the map, so it's just one big arena, that's freedom of advanced movement. If Advanced Warfare had the map design of Black Ops 2, it would be unbalanced. Ghosts had more defensive map design, and yet it was still good, with some incredible map design and gameplay. I think the Cold War multiplayer is underrated. I love that way more than Black Ops 4's multiplayer. I also played all the zombies, Mob of the Dead, Origins, Shangri-La, The Moon, Classified, 5, Dead of the Night 9. I've played so many, and I've played Call of Duty for years. It's not the same. Call of Duty should be more arcadey. It'd be more of an interesting game. Also, advanced movement was good. It was a cool way to experiment with the movement. That's why Titanfall 2 is so good. Titanfall 2 is a great game, with some of the most refined and best advanced movement mechanics ever put to a game. Skyrim is one of the greatest open world games of all time. It's a great game, but when people get on Fallout 4, it's crazy, because that game had less RPG mechanics. Oh yeah? Well, guess what? Skyrim has less RPG mechanics. Skyrim's RPG mechanics are so small in comparison to something like Fallout New Vegas, or Oblivion, or Morrowind. Yet, it was critically praised and won over 200 Game of the Year awards. All of a sudden, Fallout 4 comes with more gameplay than RPG mechanics, and it gets panned? Skyrim had little to no RPG mechanics, so Fallout 4 has less RPG mechanics than something like New Vegas, and that gets panned? Skyrim did that too. You're panning Fallout 4 for what Skyrim has been guilty of for years and years. It's such a double standard. Skyrim was less of an RPG, and Fallout 4 was less of an RPG as well. So why the bias towards Fallout if Skyrim did the same thing? Battlefield 1 was one of the best battlefields in recent memory. It was great, and in comparison to Battlefield 4, 3, and Hardline, it really stood out from the crowd in comparison. This game was special, and it was streamlined to near perfection, and it was really well made. The destructible environments were incredible, the World War I aesthetic was brilliant, and the atmosphere and tone is some of the best the Battlefield franchise has ever seen. This game is so underrated, it was so incredible, and can even compete with Battlefield 4 and 3. It was really good and immersive as hell. If you play Trench Warfare mode, it's like you're interacting with an original moment of World War I. It's really immersive. If you play Operations mode, that mode was incredible. And when you played that, it was immersive, well designed. The objectives and map was fun to play in. It was incredible and had a story too. It was really good, one of the best shooters of our time. The fact that it's online, doing this is incredible. It's a really underrated game, and the soundtrack is some of the best in the franchise. This was Tarragon, and I'm now out this piece. Thank you for watching.